It's about a new ATM now that hopes to help people with visual impairment. According to the World Health Organization, about 15.3% of the world's population lives with some form of disability. Many of them are not provided with equal opportunities in obtaining financial products and services as compared with their peers. REAH, a startup company based in Pretoria, says they are hoping to change this.
I think there's a need for the society and also the captains of industries to always look for services, technologies and solutions that address the minority group, particularly people who use the sign language to communicate, or the deaf community. As you will know, there is a high percentage of unemployment within the community, challenge when it comes to access to education, and then it becomes even worse if it's a challenge when it comes to accessing financial products.
The company says it is launching an audio-aided bank ATM for visually impaired people.
What we are launching now is an artificial intelligence solution, which is a complementary service to the banking sector solutions. For an example, an ATM today has 11 official languages. Now they are missing the sign language as a language that any user or client can choose to interact with an ATM.
The device functions as a self-service kiosk from which customers can make withdrawals, transfers, and payments, view statements, purchase airtime and electricity, and perform card cancellations.
As a deaf person, you will approach the ATM and you will then greet, hello, and the ATM will respond to you. It will give you options whether you want to deposit or you withdraw. And as a user, you will just assign deposit or withdraw, and the system will automatically recognize the sign from a deaf person.
Tech experts say technological advances and policies help people who are hard of hearing or deaf have a better quality of life.
Technology solutions are coming up left, right, and center, and I think it's also about finding problems and solving it using the digital technology that's available, together with other things. But I think, as you say, digital technology is the enabler. So I think a core part is say, what is the problem? And I think defining that and then saying, well, how can we help to solve that problem? And that's where I think with the enhancements and the fast tracking of digital technology, there's most likely to be a digital solution to it.
Members of the deaf community say this technology will change the way they access financial services.
This new technology is going to help the deaf community massively with the language. First of all, there won't be a language barrier. It's visual. There's less words. It's a person signing, and the machine will be able to recognize the signs. You're able to draw money. As a deaf person, everybody who's deaf is going to be very happy with the new technology. The technology and what's in the system and the software, because it has a South African sign language and it will recognize signs. So it's very flexible. I don't foresee any challenges with the system. And obviously there's always room for development as we're going forth, but I don't foresee any challenges. That is what we're developing.
However, they still face many challenges in their daily lives.
As much as we take it for granted, I think when you go down to people that are differently abled, I think we need to be cognizant about who we're speaking to, not just from a language point, but also from an enablement point. So that is why I think, firstly, just the fact to realize that, and then once we've understood that, then to say, well, okay, this is what you're trying to do, whether it's something in a bank, something in a shop, something, a purchase, or someone needing assistance.
The initiative for developing an ATM that can effectively communicate with visually challenged customers is a part of a larger inclusion project initiated by REAH about 2 years ago.
We're not only developing AI solution, we also train youth from the deaf community to learn to code. And part of our objective is to ensure that we absorb them after they've completed their studies within our program, which is future coding.
Analysts say, while there's still a long way to go, this initiative is an affirmation of the country's commitment to increasing accessibility.